Well, we came down here to win a game, and we talked about it. I think I've done a poor job over the years. It seems like, I either get too hyped for the game or I give them too much credit. I thought we were a good team that could beat them. I thought they had a good team, but I thought our defense and our depth, and it turned out that way, although early we were so poor defensively and we fouled every time they came down. But later on, we give Josh a little credit and Aaron a lot of credit. I mean, we put Aaron at the point some, and he just did a hell of a job. He did miss some easy shots, but boy, we rode him like a horse. I mean, he had to play the defensive end, he had to play the offensive end, and as him and I were talking on the way up here, you're playing the point. Everybody wants to play the point until you play it, and you don't realize how hard it was on Cassius or Rocket but we had some other heroes too. Lawyer taking 3 charges, gets 5 rebounds. Malik Hall was dynamite tonight, and Julius Marble, who hardly even played last game. And I told our guys, it's going to be that way once in a while. There's going to be certain matchups that certain guys are going to be able to play, and they had some, some athletic and some long shooting bigs, and so it hurt Thomas Kithier and Marcus Bingham a little bit more. But thank God we had some depth, and we just kept running our people at them. And, we didn't push the ball like I wanted. We didn't handle the situation at the end like I wanted. But the good thing is that'll be for tomorrow in the film session. Tonight I'm going to smile and enjoy it because I haven't done a very good job against Duke, and still haven't. If you talk about a rivalry, rivalry's got to be a rivalry when both teams are winning games, and it's been one-sided. So this is one step in the right direction.
All right, we've got some questions for Coach in the chat. Coach, if I could, if you could pull the top of the laptop towards you, just so we get there perfect. There we go. First question comes from
a few times. This is one of the rare times. I wish every one of you were here with me. Damn, usually I could care less, but now I kind of want you here, and you guys are 1,000 miles away. Go ahead.
Our first question comes from Chris Solari.
Well, it was an interesting deal covering a game from TV, that's for sure, and probably had a better view of it than we did. But defensively, particularly from the midpoint of that second half or first half on, it seemed like you guys locked them up. How much do you feel like their length bothered them? And you mentioned Lawyer, but those 2 charges early in the first half seemed to really kind of jumpstart you guys.
Let me tell you something. Foster Lawyer acted like a captain and played like a captain. He was Rocket's biggest cheerleader. He was ready to go when he came in. Some guys could have hung their heads and done this and done that. Joshua Langford, even though I wouldn't say had a great game, he did some good things on that bench too, and he did some good things in those huddles. Because we were a little out of control, Rocket got a little bit crazy there for a while as far as out of control, and they wanted to speed him up. But our wings didn't do a very good job either. I mean, we got a lot of coaching to do, special situations at the end, poor job by the head coach. So everybody's got to take a little blame, and everybody should take a little credit. But it was kind of, other than Aaron, Rocket a little bit, it was kind of our peripheral guys that really played well and made the difference in this game.
Our next question comes from Lindsey Huddleston.
Yeah, Coach, I know everyone wants to congratulate you on that first win inside Cameron, and they wish they can be there. Yesterday, we talked about the NBA scouts tuning in. You think they were impressed tonight?
Well, I think Aaron Henry showed a lot. He's 7 for 21, and you're going to say that wasn't too good. But, what he's starting to show, his ability to get in the paint, his ability to handle the ball. I mean, we rode him, like I said, like a horse. I don't know how many minutes he played. It had to be 36, 37 minutes. And he had to guard. He had to play the point. He had to kick it up against pressure some. He had to make all those tough plays, get in the paint. We did a lot of things. I mean, I'm so proud of him because, he came back, and I told you guys, I told him, I don't want a guy in your halfway. There's no such thing as being half, what. And so he wasn't half. He was all in. He wants to get better. And, he's learning. He's learning more every day, and I'm learning too. And I think there's getting to be an enormous trust. It's kind of funny what we all been through, but I love the way he responded, and I'm really proud of him.
Great. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next question is from Sarah at the State News.
Hey, Coach. So how are you feeling about having traveled for the first time tonight this season and about traveling, for future games? What are your biggest concerns health-wise coming into other states or cities and bringing that back home?
Yeah, we really, the protocol we followed was unbelievable. Our doors on our hotel were sealed shut till we got in there. Nobody came in to do any, towels or anything today. Our meals were prepared, but then we served ourselves. I thought our people, our administration, our medical people, and our trainer did an unbelievable job. Our managers, we kept it pretty close ranks. On the airplane, we wore masks the whole time. So mask up, America. And we did that every minute of every day. And, I don't know. Something could happen tomorrow. Who knows? But really proud of my team and how they're handling this. I told you guys early, this adversity is going to be part of the deal. And the depth thing is going to be part of the deal. And so it's a good thing I've been playing a lot of people, even though some people might question it.
Our next question is from Rico Beard.
Tom, with the poor start with your team, what was said in the huddle, and how did you calm those guys down and get them to play Michigan State basketball? And also, did it feel any different getting that victory, but with no Cameron Crazies?
Well, the first part of it, they had to calm me down. I was ticked off early. We did not defend it. We said we were going to come out. We got punched in the mouth last year. We said we were going to try to do the punching, and they did it again to us. And that I was very disappointed in. And so we talked about it. Joshua Langford did a pretty good job in those huddles, and Aaron Henry. And we just said we got to defend without fouling. I think they had 8 free throws in the first couple of minutes, Yeah. They had 17 in the first half. And they made, 14 of them. We made 4. That's 10-point difference right there. It's hard to be up when you're 10 down in a free throw situation. So I think we did a better job of that. And then we took care of the ball a little bit. And then Aaron went on a little run there. Foster hit a big shot. Give Julius Marble, man. He hit that corner jumper. And then he did some nice things, that dunk late. We got a lot of play out of a lot of guys. Gabe Brown, played pretty good defensively, but he just didn't make a shot tonight. But it's what Gabe can do. I'm not worried about that. I got faith in him. So I think we just got back to defending, rebounding, and running. And that's kind of what our culture is. And I don't know if we forgot about it, or maybe give Duke credit too. Duke, hey, that's a very good team we beat. And they have a lot of really, really good guards. And the Johnson kid is really good. He got in foul trouble, but our kid Hauser got in foul trouble. So that was kind of a wash.
Next, we'll go to Justin Rose.
Hey, Tom, kind of piggybacking off what Rico asked you, it seemed that, watching it at home, it was kind of quiet in there. You could hear all the calls and all the defensive switches and whatnot. College basketball is supposed to be played in front of people, is what I took away from that. How different, at least through 3 games, has it been for you?
Yeah, I apologize to Rico because I didn't answer the second half of his question. But the truth of the matter is it is different. But you'd be amazed. Once the game starts, you get caught up in the game and you kind of don't realize the crowd. Now, at the end, when they were coming back, banking in threes and stuff, I'm sure the crazies could have made it even crazier. But I think the Izzo could make it crazy at our place, too. So we're losing out some, I know one thing. I'm not going to put this as an asterisk. No fans or not fans. It was a good win for us against a good team, a great program, and a very, very well-coached team.
We'll go to Graham Couch.
Tom, obviously what happened against Notre Dame the other day, it looked like a dominating stretch, right? Did you need to see something like this to be sure of what you had?
I did. We talked about that at halftime, before the game, and in a couple of the huddles. We had a 26-0 run because we locked up a team. And the players started talking about it. So that was a positive, but we didn't necessarily execute it. But we didn't have a good rotation either. I thought, we played Aaron too much. There were times when, Joey was in foul trouble. So we didn't have a smooth rotation. So as I said, we got a lot of things to work at and get better at. But remember, Duke's going to get a lot better too. So don't put all the credence in. We played good. It was a game that we sort of matched up with what we could. We're going to have games when we got big centers, and we're going to be in trouble that way. There will be games when other teams guard us, but we got checked tonight. They came at us and pressured us. We had 15 turnovers, but that's not outrageous. They had 12. So considering the fact that we had about 8 of them in the first 10 minutes, that's pretty good.
Go to Larry Lage.
Hey, Tom, Julius Marble, did you see that coming out of anywhere?
I did. How about that? I'm going to be cocky and say I did. I actually, he came into my office the other day. We sat down and talked, and he's been on the scout team, and he's been so good on the scout team. He's been a 4-man on the scout team, really shooting the ball, but he's moving his feet better. He's putting the ball on the floor better. So when we get back, and you guys asked Julius, I think he'd say he saw it too. He's been patient. This is going to be hard for some guys because certain nights, certain guys aren't going to play as much, and some of it will be the situation, and some of it, when they get a chance, you got to produce. That's the way it is at major college basketball. So, I still like the fact that we got a lot of guys, we got a lot of ball out of a lot of guys. But don't downplay Foster Lawyer's contribution, not only as a player, not only defending, but also leading. He was phenomenal in those huddles.
We'll go to Kyle Austin.
Hey, Tom, question about Aaron. You spent so much time the last couple of years kind of trying to get him to take that next step and be a main guy for you. How have you seen him embrace this role that he's had this year?
It's funny. I watch different programs. I watch different people go at people. I think it's because it's Michigan State and it's me. Everybody looks at it like it's so bad. It's not that bad, guys. It's what you do. Every one of you that have kids do the same thing. If they don't do their job, you tell them. And if they don't do it again, you tell them in a different way. And I've never had a problem with Aaron. My only problem with Aaron is I think he's got to be more consistent, to go harder, more consistently in a longer period of time. And, his dad and I have been on the same page. Believe it or not, Aaron and I have been on the same page. Hey, he could have left. He didn't leave. And, he's growing up so much. He's been 10 times better. You know what the saddest part of that is? This is normal. This is what normal is. But we're in a new normal now. And the new normal is you better be out of here by the time you're a sophomore or you're a dog. He ain't going to be a dog, and he's going to be a good pro someday. And, I think he's learning that, he's got more things he's got to do, and he's got to get better at more things. And he's going to get better because he works at it now. He works at it every day. He understands it. And when we talk about things, he's just right on the money with it. He knows what he's doing. He knows what I'm doing. And that's kind of the process. It takes a little time. We always want things, the new millennials, they want things yesterday. It doesn't happen that way, right, Lindsay?
We have time for 2 more. Right. We'll start with Nate Atkins and then wrap up with Brendan Quinn. Nate?
Yeah, and Julius Marble, how much does it help a young player to have a game like this against Duke to see his game succeed against one of the best teams in the country?
I think Julius is a guy that you're going to talk to next. And I think if you ask him, Julius didn't do it in this game. He's done it the last 2 weeks in practice. I mean, he's prepared for it. He's not complained about it, but he was concerned about it, wanted a chance. What do I got to do? And we had a great talk the other day. And, you got to pull for a guy. He's been through a lot this summer and everything with his father. And, it's another guy that I'm so proud of because he's kind of weathered the storm. We put him on a scout team. We said we've had starters on the scout team that get better. And he has taken full advantage. So was it a surprise? No. I've seen this for 2 weeks. And I just kept saying, I got to get Julius in there. And it just wasn't the right timing, I told him tonight before the game, be ready. And sure enough, we got him in there in that first half and give him a lot of credit. He responded. He's smart. He's athletic. And he's got the one thing I love. He's tough. He's shooting the ball better than I thought he would. He made some big plays. And he deserved everything he got. He earned it.
Our last question, we'll go to Matt Charbonneau. Brendan yielded his time. So, Matt Charbonneau.
caught me off guard. I wasn't ready there. Sorry, Tom. I know you talked earlier about you wanted to hit them in the mouth first, and it feels like a lot of years we see these games early in the season, and you learn from them and you get better as you go. But there's something to be said about playing one of these games, not playing well early, but figuring out a way to win and coming out of one of these with a win instead of always trying to kind of have that loss that you try and build from. It just feels better as a win.
Don't get me wrong. I'd rather win than lose. I can learn a lot. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna learn a lot on the way home on this airplane because we made so many mistakes tonight. Now I'm sure they did too, but we did make a lot of mistakes. But it's a lot easier as a coach to learn with a win under your belt. And you're right. I played a lot of these games, and it might seem to you that I've accepted, okay, we got beat, but we're going to get better on. I'd rather win some of them early and get better on too. And hopefully this will give some of our guys the confidence to know that, right now we're making a statement. Our defense is traveling. And I think I don't think we were as good as we were against for 30 minutes of that Notre Dame game. This was a harder team to cover. They had guards that were jet quick. Their bigs could shoot threes. As you saw, the guy banks in one at the end. And I thought we had a lot of guys that played. We had to play team basketball. We had to shrink the court. This is where Rocket helped us defensively. But we made mistakes. But you're right. This time I'm going to learn with a win instead of a loss. And I've done a lot of learning from losses. And that was good. Let's see if I'm a good learner from wins. So you guys can analyze that in the next week or two, because we got to turn around now. We got short turnarounds, travel. We got a lot of things to overcome here, and we're going to get it done, though. So you'll enjoy Julius. Spend some time with him. You had enough time with me. I appreciate you guys all staying up and being there. I do wish you would have been here because I think you would have enjoyed it. It wasn't the prettiest, but it was a grinded out Michigan State win. And as our offense gets better, I think we're going to get a lot better. And so I appreciate y'all. Let me introduce the new semi-star until I get him home tomorrow. You'll be back in the doghouse, Julius.